Hi survivors, it's me Prepper Zan reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well, because what's going on in this world obviously is not. It's horrifying. Now, Abbott is declaring the border situation as an invasion, and that's exactly what it is. As we see, as this current administration have been in a position of power, it seems like our whole lives and our livelihoods have been compromised severely by the decisions that they're making. That's what I'm saying. I can't believe most people haven't opened their eyes to what is going on when you're letting people that you don't know, like some of these people, quite naturally, looking for better lives, like we all are, even in this country, dealing with these issues we are dealing with now. That you have a lot of people who don't care. They're gangsters, they're hustlers, it's a lot of human traffickers, going on. It's a lot of drugs being pumped in these communities. That fentanyl stuff, people are dying. A lot of our people are dying right here in this country behind these issues, these border issues. And as we can see, it's been more now than ever, because where's the leadership? If anybody in their right mind think this is the right and correct way of doing things, or this is okay to do, something's terribly wrong with you. If you living in this country, you are being affected by it. And if you haven't been, you soon will be, with this open border policy. Let anything and everything and anything and anybody and everybody smuggle whatever they want to into our communities. That's exactly what it is. It's an invasion and nothing less. And on top of the shortages that the so-called leaders have spoke on, that we in this prepping community have been speaking on for a very long time, in regards to food shortages, water shortages, supply shortages, all these things that are going on. What sense does it make to bring millions of people into this country to further deplete the resources that we don't have already? Everything gonna get wiped out. That's what I said. That's why I said, and I say now, they are setting us up for complete and utter failure. And if you're not preparing for it, we're not preparing for it, then oh well. I'm telling y'all, this is terrible. What's going on? It's awful. And then the people in New York finally started waking up, and they were like, because at first, the left cities and states, they kind of don't be knowing at first. I'm a victim of that as well. They started waking up like, okay, so you taking care of these people who came across the border, but then you have hundreds of, if not hundreds of thousands of New Yorkers right here in this city and state who are already homeless, veterans who are homeless and hungry. They have excessive drug problems already in that big city, a lot of crime already. So you're going to take the resources for people right here who need it, who've been living here mostly all their lives, or came here to try to do something themselves, and now they're mentally ill, they're on the street, they have no place to stay, and we're going to house and feed and clothe and take care of all these other people. Even in jail out here in this country, it's hard for you to make a phone call. And when you do, and if it's out of that jurisdiction or the area you in, you can't call out to nobody. But they have phones set up in these tents for these people where they can make as many international calls as they want to for free. So I side with Abbott in regards to the invasion, because that's exactly what it is. And they're going to end up, these people need somewhere to stay. What about all the people who are already over here who don't have a place to stay, or who have a place to stay right now, but it's being jeopardized because of these agendas and all this ugliness, including the inflation and everything else? Housing is not even affordable, but I bet you they get somewhere to stay. What about the social programs that's already been placed for people here? It's going to go to them. And what Americans going to do? Be in limbo and be out of here doing whatever they can to get something to eat, to feed themselves and their families. What about the water? What about the water? How is this going to affect our water? You got all these people coming from all these different places. If y'all don't think that stuff get in the system, then you're sadly mistaken. We in for a rude awakening over here, y'all. And the ride just started. You talking about facing years of these types of conditions in these situations. That's why I said I'm not going to try to keep on going the way that we were normally going, and we were accustomed going on the grid, and paying rent or mortgage every month, and going to the grocery store when you need food. Now I get my own food out of my backyard. I can get off their system, my own stuff, because it's no way people gonna be able to survive this, y'all. And then they setting it up for it to be that way. So before you deplete everything you have, you better need to have an alternative way of thinking and living, and that's called being totally dependent on yourself. Be self-reliant, and get your family ready for it. For those days are here. It ain't no more. It's coming. It's here. And if you don't believe me, just go to the grocery store. See how high the food is. See how high these housing prices are rising, and the gas, and the utilities, and the energy. We're going to be able to keep up with this. Yeah. So, man, we in for the fight of our lives. We in for a long, long ride. But I just saw that flash on the news, and I was like, well, Abbott is right. That's exactly what's going on. I just never thought that I'd be living in these types of times. I heard it all my life about the end times, and I know a lot of people say they've been saying that for a very, very long time, but what's going on has never happened in the history of humankind, and in the history of this country. This is a lot of stuff that's being ushered into everybody's eyes. It's just like this here. Like, it's just craziness after craziness after craziness. You guys, if you haven't, go over to prepperzan.com, sign up for their newsletter. I have free newsletters going out. We already started sending them out. If you're looking for land and bug out areas here in Texas, I have some for sale and for lease. Really good property out of the city. Also, we'll be having unrestricted land on my website where people can have an opportunity, if they like to, get some land. There's some sites where you can put $200 to $300 down and pay $200 to $300 a month. Some of these people work with you. You can live on the land with just your RV for the time being until you're able to get like a mobile home or build your home. It's now some of this land there's no POAs or HOAs where you have to worry about all these restrictions, and you got to get concrete laid down, you got to get this and all that. You can have farm animals, you can build you a pond. It's great for what we're going through now. Just go ahead and start getting ready and getting used to that. But I always suggest that people, and now that's what I'm doing too. I have land. I'm not just talking to be talking, to try that method other than this method. They set us up to have to deal with every month. People can't even live the life they want to live because they got to keep on letting the system suck them out of every resource they have, all their money every month. Might as well get your own stuff going, pass it down to your children. They can pass it down to theirs, and everybody could just live the life that God gave us to live, man. And we let these people rob us of our lives. And also, as always, there's something else I want to say. Yeah, it's a total invasion, y'all. Not just here in Texas, everywhere. They're coming from all sides, all points, all angles. So make sure you're not, I'll say, eating too much, because I'm telling y'all, it's a matter of time for that food just be scarce, and putting up plenty of water and ways to purify your water. Get ready for the fall, y'all, because it's coming. And as always, watch this world, watch the weather, smell your water, boil or purify your water before you use it. Keep surviving. It's a must. PrepperZan.com.